So I'm Dr. Sudhir Gupta here. So good evening, everyone, dear friends. As we all know, that we have gathered here for this virtual meet to celebrate the 80th birthday of our mentor and guru, Dr. M.B. Atre sir. So I welcome you all, and at the outset, I wish you a very, very happy 80th birthday, sir. May and I wish that uh, you have many more years of healthy, peaceful, and happy life, and go on selflessly serving the causes like Sarthak, and we go on learning a lot from you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for sparing time. Uh, I know you must be very busy today, but sparing time for us, for Sarthak team. Thank you very much, sir. It is actually an honor to be here to participate in these celebrations and to get inspiration and motivation for knowing how to live better and a selfless life. I'll just give an outline of today's program. First of all, I would request Dr. Jitendra Agarwal to give a tribute, and then there will be a small audio visual that has been prepared by the team of Sarthak. Then there is a small note from Mr. Atul Bhatnagar, our advisory board member. Then we would request Dr. Atre to, tell us about his life, about the 8 decades which he has spent so wonderfully and so fruitfully. And then we will have an interactive session with Dr. Atre. And then I think will come the most important part of today's session. That will be a small address by Dr. Geeta Atre, the better half of Dr. M.B. Atre sir, because we might know some secrets today. So after that, we will have a follow-up session by alumni. They'll be sharing their experience with Sarthak, followed by a vote of thanks for everybody. So may I now request Dr. Jitendra Agarwal to pay his tribute. Dr. Agarwal.
Yeah, yes sir. Yeah. Thank you Gupta sir. So मैं पूरे टीम सार्थक की तरफ से और भारतवर्ष के जो 10 करोड़ दिव्यांग लोगों की तरफ से जो है अत्रिय सर और मैडम अत्रिय को जो है उनके 80वें जन्मदिन पर मुबारकबाद देता हूं और उनसे जो है क्योंकि वो हमारे मेंटर और गुरु हैं, प्रेरणा के स्रोत हैं। अगर अत्रिय सर के बारे में मेरा
डॉक्टर अग्रवाल माफ कीजिए, आपको रोक रहा हूं। हमारे बीच में आज 2 विदेशी हैं, हमारे दोस्त हैं, अमेरिका से हैं।
यस सर,
हमारे इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, जोडी टल और रूपर्ट। और अगर आप एक लास्ट 1-2 मिनट अंग्रेज में समराइज करें जो आप बोल रहे हैं,
ओके,
एक अनुवाद उनके लिए कर दीजिएगा।
ठीक है। एंड आई वेलकम जोडी जी एंड रूपर्ट जी from UK. So welcome to
USA. Yeah,
from USA, both of you sir. Yeah. So 2010 में मैं अत्रिय सर के मैं और प्रोफेसर नीलू अत्रिय सर से पहली बार मिले और उसके बाद उन्होंने जो स्नेह दिया और मार्गदर्शन दिया उससे एक सार्थक एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से एक पूरा उसका कॉर्पोरेट स्वरूप में बदल गया। 2010 में मिलने के बाद इनिशियली हमने 5 वर्षों तक 2008 से 13 तक पूरे देश भर में उनके मार्गदर्शन में रोजगार मेले किए एंड देन वी कंडक्टेड राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंसेस, क्योंकि उस जमाने में कंपनियां बच्चों को हायर करना नहीं जानती थी, कैसे हायर करें और कैसे करें। तो 2013 तक आते आते हमने करीब 60,000 लोगों को रजिस्टर किया, 3,000 लोगों को। तो फिर स्ट्रेटेजी बनाया सर ने बैठ के कि हम लोग अब अपना स्किल प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट करें, बिकॉज मार्केट रिक्वायरमेंट इसकी स्किल पीडब्ल्यूडी की रिक्वायरमेंट है। उस तरह से हमने अपना फर्स्ट सेंटर 2014 में दिल्ली में टेक महिंद्रा के स्टार्ट किया और ईश्वर कृपा से वी एक्सपेंडेड टू 15 स्टेट्स नाउ। वी हैव 22 सेंटर एंड गॉड ग्रेस ऑन मंडे वी स्टार्टेड सेंटर इन वाराणसी। सो अगर हम लोग पूरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की बात करें कि 2010 में हमने पहला अपना एक राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस एमडीआई में किया था, देन वी हैव 3 एनुअल डेज 2011, 12, 13, and 2014 to 21, like 7 national conferences. So I think sir is very kind enough to do keynote speech in all these programs. Physically, I explained we expanded from 1 center to 22 centers. Program expansion, we started with skill employment, and then we went to early intervention, education, Olympics we added in 2016, and we created a platform called IDEA, इंडियन डिसेबिलिटी एम्पावरमेंट अलायंस। वो एनजीओ का समूह है जिसमें हमने कोशिश किया कि स्केलिंग अप के लिए हम लोग एनजीओज को जो है जोड़ें इसके साथ में। साइमल्टेनियसली विद सपोर्ट ऑफ मार्ग सर के मार्गदर्शन में हमने ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट पे, फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट पे, सिस्टम्स क्रिएट करने पे बड़ा एग्रेसिवली काम किया। एंड विद हिज ब्लेसिंग्स वी हैव ए नॉलेज बैंक, वी हैव ए MIS नाउ, जिसपे हम लोगों को अपने इंटरनल स्टाफ की ट्रेनिंग कर सकते हैं, रिक्रूटमेंट, इंडक्शन, वो सब चीजें हमने स्ट्रक्चर किया। पिछले 1-1.5 सालों में जैसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उनके मार्गदर्शन में फिजिकल से डिजिटली ट्रांसफॉर्म कर गई और कर रही है, जिसमें हमने जो है एक MIS ऑर्जिट बनाया, और हमने कोविड के दौरान भी जो हमारे टारगेट्स थे वो भी अचीव किए उनके मार्गदर्शन में। एक कैप सारथी ऐप हमने दिसंबर में लॉन्च किया। उसके बाद ELMS ऑनलाइन जॉब पोर्टल हमारे प्रोग्राम में इनबिल्ट इस साल तक हो जाएगा। तो एक जो डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन संस्था का हुआ वो भी उनके मार्गदर्शन में हुआ। आई थिंक उनसे पर्सनल लेवल पे मैं ईश्वर कृपा से बात कर पाता हूँ हर संडे को ऑन हाफ एन आवर, एंड लाइक जैसे एक पर्सनल जीवन में बदलाव आया, स्पिरिचुअल डेवलपमेंट हुआ, और बहुत सारे चीजों में आई थिंक उनका सपोर्ट रहता है। जब भी कोई जैसे चैलेंज आता है तो ही इज देयर, लाइक आपके गुरु आपके सामने, और वो आपको आपका मार्गदर्शन कर देते हैं। तो ये ईश्वर कृपा है सर, आपसे मिल पाए और आपने एक संस्था को एक इंस्टीट्यूट बना दिया, और वो एक विजन, अब जैसे आप बोलते हैं कि ग्लोबल जाना चाहिए, मे बी मोर देन 100 कंट्रीज, तो वो जरूर इस तरह के से विजन जाएगा। और फिर हमने एक विजन डॉक्यूमेंट जो आपके मार्गदर्शन में बनाया कि 2025 तक 1 लाख लोगों का रोजगार इंश्योर करना है। तो आई थिंक टीम सार्थक इज वर्किंग, और जो ग्लोबल रिसोर्स सेंटर जिसकी हम कल्पना कर रहे हैं, तो मेरे को लगता है आने वाले समय में हम जरूर उसको जीवंत कर देंगे। तो जैसे आप बताते कि एनजीओ से एक मेटा एनजीओ आपने बनाया, और वो प्रेरणा का स्रोत हैं, और इंटरनल टीम कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, तो ये सब चीजों के आपके मार्गदर्शन में टीम सार्थक आगे बढ़ रही है और आपके मार्गदर्शन में आगे बढ़ जाएगी। वो बोलते हैं गुरु दो ना, गुरु के सामने तो हम सब शून्य हैं, हम कुछ ऐसा बोल नहीं सकते, और आपके मार्गदर्शन में ऐसे ही हम लोग आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे। और ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करते हैं आप और मैडम की लंबी उम्र हो, और ऐसे ही हम लोग इस जो सार्थक रूपी सपने को हर दिव्यांग जन तक पहुंचा सके। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Dr. Jitendra. Dr. Gupta, if I may just say one word for Jody and Rupert. Dr. Agarwal gave in Hindi a beautiful history of the development of Sarthak from 2010, when I first met him, to now. The core point, are you able to hear me, Jody and Rupert? Okay. So the core point is that he had a model for skill training and placement of the disabled. That means according to their disability, what kind of jobs are they good for, make a skill, and then have a job fair, or corporates who are partners. So there was a disabled training and placement model. I brought in, and many of my senior colleagues on the board have helped later, a management model. We have married these two. A technical model, which is for training and placement, and a management model, which is universal, which is necessary for everyone. So Dr. Agarwal, I'll request you tomorrow, day after, to briefly dictate the core of what you said and send an email to Jody and Rupert.
Surely, sir. We'll be
very nice. Okay. Dr. Gupta, yours. Floor is yours.
So, thank you, Dr. Agarwal and Dr. Atreya, sir. Now, I would request our IT team to play the audio visual which Team Sarthak has prepared. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
That's a
So,
beautiful tribute. I'm almost in tears.
yeah, thank you.
I think one of the things that happens is that when somebody does some good, we give him credit for all the other things also that got done. Huh? So I'm delighted to have had this opportunity to work with Dr. Jitendra Agarwal, and we have been encouraged every year by the progress. VIPs like Dr. Abdul Kalam have joined us. So many of you seniors on the board, very dedicated executives and trainers in all our centers. About 1,000 corporates who now know Sarthak is a place to go when they want to achieve their goals on placement of disabled in their total HR policy. So we've come a long way, right, Dr. Gupta?
Thank you.
So I'm deeply touched. My wife is also watching this from her computer.
Very
and
nice.
You have done your research, got lots of pictures. Did Anurag take some of these photos when he came here for the Bachchan video? So there seems to be some good 07 work here as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Gupta.
Thank you, sir. So may I now request Mr. Atul Bhatnagar, who is our advisory board member. He has prepared a note. We would request him to present.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta. Yeah, I'm just.
Atul, are you fully out of COVID now?
No, I'm in COVID right now.
It's fantastic that you, okay.
Yeah, but
we wish you a very fast recovery, sir.
Very quick recovery. All the best.
Yeah.
Fine soon.
Can you all see my screen now?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So first of all, it's an honor, Dr. Atre, to be there to wish you a happy 80th birthday. What I did here was I just reflected on your name, Mrityunjay and Atre, and I found that, around those letters, a lot of significant achievements that you have come true. And that is what I wanted to present here. Let's start with, say, M. And that gives you an identity in the outside world because you are a Padma Bhushan awardee, one of the highest civilian awards that India has to offer for some of the best people. And if I look at the very last letter of our phrase is Gita Ji, that gives you an identity at home. So here is and in between, I just like to fill in the blanks where I see that R is part of the Harvard management that you did PhD. And it's such a big thing even now. To get a degree, get a PhD degree from Harvard is a wild dream for many of us. Then I'm Calcutta. Wow, you're my senior. Used to be teaching there way back in the 60s. What a proud honor to be able to honor you as my senior on your 80th birthday. Strathclyde, you were a professor at Strathclyde. Loyola, you did your stats and you graduated from there. Then N is mentor. Everybody knows you as a mentor. And J is part of the Divyangjan Mitra. You are a Divyangjan Mitra. That's the only way I can remember you as in Sarthak. Then A is part of the Sampradhan philanthropy NGO that you established. I picked up all this from Wikipedia, and the charity that comes from offering a platform for high net worth individuals. Some people may not know about Sampradhan, but I read about it. What a noble effort that you have put in for getting charity being done through HNIs. Now, as far as Atre is concerned, you're a speaker, you're an author, you're a PhD person, you're a guru, you're a professor, and you are a karma yogi. So all these things, I think, define you so well. I just tried to capture your entire, let's say, achievements in life in this one slide. And last but not the least,
Only 100
Yeah.
with the happy birthday part.
Cell phone?
No,
It wouldn't make any difference.
So you'll sit here and
And
so.
I'll sit here with you.
Okay.
Nice. We should
Yeah.
I'll sit next to you.
Atul, that is a fantastic exercise in creativity. This is marvelous. It beats Ed Bono, that yeah, let me leave it to the audience to make some observations on this.
Absolutely.
Really excellent, sir. Really excellent. And despite his being affected with COVID, he has come out with this innovative idea of explaining various attributes of your life and your achievements and your mission.
Mission.
And the impact that you have made. Really wonderful, sir. And Atulji, hats off.
I could only take 2 minutes to speak because after that I start coughing. So I'll stop at this, but wish you a very, very happy 80th birthday.
Thank you very much.
And of course, greetings to your better half, Geeta ji. She had reached out to us in a very confidential form saying that, can you write something about him? So this is my input to her. Thank you, Geeta ji, for giving us this chance to be able to celebrate his birthday with all of us. And wish you good health, wish you smiles, a lot of time, togetherness. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Atulji.
So did you read that comment from Chandramouli, Atul?
No, I'll stop sharing and then I'll see maybe.
He says it's very beautifully made, this chart. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Atulji. Thank you very much. It was really very, exhaustive and illustrious. Although, no words can easily explain Dr. Athre's total persona, but I think you made an excellent effort.
Good research,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Great research job.
Yeah. Now we would like to listen from Dr. Atre sir, his journey of 8 decades, and I'm sure we'll get a lot to learn, a lot to, cherish. Sir, may I request you to please share with us all your experiences and learnings and, lessons for us.
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. 15 minutes is a limited time. The first part of my brief presentation will be useful to those of you in the audience who have young children. That is, I'm going to talk about my childhood and my school years, college years, and how I chose my life mission. For those of us who are senior now, 50, 60 plus, this chapter is gone. And now for you, the second part of my presentation will be more directly relevant. So I think our young ladies like Nishta, Bhavna, many of the other, Anurag, many of the others who may be bringing up a family, these lessons may be useful. I was born in 1941, before independence. At the age of 4, I had an attack of smallpox. I was part of a large family. There were 10 children. So my parents left me with my grandmother in another village. It's understandable that if smallpox those days was fatal, there was no cure for it. At least the other children will be safe. But I was with my grandmother and she looked after me so well. I came back bouncing, in good health. In 1947, we had our independence. That's my next big memory. I was already in school in class 2, and I remember the excitement that all the teachers and students had, and we had on the sports ground a big celebration, hoisting the new Indian national flag and singing our usual patriotic songs. My father died in 1949. I was just 8. My mother was 39. And a big family of 9 people. My eldest 2 brothers quit their education and went to Calcutta, where they had not yet done their degree. They did what at that time was called intermediate. That was 11 plus 2 years. And they sent remittances, and we studied in the village school. And we stayed there till my younger sister finished school. That is a school leaving certificate. My next milestone is 1957, when the family moved from the village to the city of Chennai, then called Madras. I was 16, and I think my exposure to the world in a big way, widening of my horizons, began here. I went to Loyola College in Chennai. I had done very well in the previous board exam, So I had admission from 4 colleges for different courses in Chennai. So I could choose. I chose Loyola. It was not because of the college's reputation alone, but I'll tell you the reason why I chose. And some of you may have difficulty believing it. I chose because they had a course, a bachelor's course, which had statistics as a main subject and economics and commerce as ancillary subjects. I was already thinking of my future, what I will do in my career, what did India need? And at that time, we had Dr. Mahalanobis in the Planning Commission. You are aware the first 5-year plan, second 5-year plan, the input-output matrix. So the plan was getting done. Statistics was a very important field. The ISI Calcutta, Indian Statistical Institute, was very famous already by that time. So I went for statistics as my main subject, and economics and commerce as ancillary, perfect combination. So in 60, I finished this. Then what were the options? Go for MSc. It doesn't lead to a job. If you want to go for MSc, you should do that only if you want to do a PhD and become an academic, which I didn't want to. I wanted to be out in the field in India, working, contributing. So I went to Calcutta and studied cost accountancy, which is a kind of a workman-like course, an apprenticeship. You start earning and you also start learning about factories, production, economics, costing, process, pricing decisions, overhead management control, energy control. So I had this very good experience in Calcutta, 3 years in a British company called Geskin Williams. Rupert will know this. It's a subsidiary of Geskin Nettlefold of Birmingham. Very good company. We still had many expatriates and I had a lot of learning. So when I applied to the US universities, I was 23. Yeah. And I used this experience in industry to argue that I should be admitted to the PhD, and they agreed. So I spent a year in Stanford, California, 2 years at Harvard, and I came back to India against the advice and wishes of many friends and relatives who said the US is a land of opportunity. India is very underdeveloped. Why do you want to come and struggle here? When do you stay on? In Calcutta, between 1961 and 64, I had listened to the lectures in the Ramakrishna Mission of Swami Ranganathananda, where he covered the Gita and a number of Upanishads. One of the Upanishads he covered was the Katha Upanishad. You may know about Katha Upanishad, Nachiketas, the dialogue between Yama, the god of death, and Nachiketas. Nachiketas doesn't want any wealth or comfort in the world. He wants to know about the meaning of life and what humans should aim for and what is moksham and so on. So that bit of Nachiketas stayed with me and brought me back to India. And as Atul mentioned, I was a professor at IIM Calcutta, 67 to 72. That is when I had the great good fortune of meeting my wife. She was in the second year of the MBA program. And I had to court her for the next 2-3 years. Finally, she agreed, and we got married in 71. Now, 72, I was entitled to a sabbatical at the IIM Calcutta. And normally, you know, most Indian wives, young wives, who would have said, what is that in England or even Europe? Let's go to America. That's a land of milk and honey. But Geeta agreed that my argument was that I've been to America already, 3 years of learning there. I want to get a European perspective on management, and London is a very good base from which to travel, interact. So we decided to go to UK, lower salary, a bit less of prosperity and comfort than the US at that time particularly. For example, we lived through the cold strike, long cold strike, 3 months in the UK, a very bad winter, but good experience. And at the end of 73, through 2 years in London, I was offered a full chair professorship at Strathclyde in Glasgow, and I thought that was a good experience. I was just 36. So I went there, and it was good to be in the Senate and in the academic board and dealing with both teaching and research and policies. And in 78, I thought that I had had enough. I picked up plenty of the European, English, German, Dutch, Swedish perspectives on money. Each country is unique. They have their strengths. For example, I was very struck, even at that time in the Netherlands and Sweden, that factories were looking like hospitals. I mean, it doesn't have to be grimy, oily, noisy, dusty. You can have greenery, plantations around. You can have an ambience which is conducive to human happiness and productivity. So 78, I told Geeta that I'm thinking of going back to India. Here also, you know that many Indian wives would have preferred to stay abroad to avoid various kinds of problems with the joint family, with the mother-in-law, sisters-in-law, various kinds. But she said, no, if that's what you want to do, we must do it. We packed up and came back to India. And this time I made another decision, which was the children were too young to understand. Our twins were born in London. Another that I'm not going to take up a job. There is no regular salary. I'm going to set up as an independent consultant. So nothing is guaranteed for the first 6 months, 1 year. Revenue may or may not come. And she said, no, that's all right. We must take that risk. And we carried on. So I had student phase, academic phase, and now I am coming into the phase of what I would call management pracharak. I was traveling around giving talks, courses, workshops on management, both in company, within industrial chambers, professional associations. Wherever there was an invitation, I accepted. I flew to the metros, state capitals, and I went by car 4 or 5 hours into the wilderness to go and be in a factory town. Once you reach the town, life is very comfortable, but the road route. So, and the other thing that I did at that time was to get into government committees, which is all honorary work, as you know. You don't get paid for it. And you can also, you don't generally, if there is a good name, it goes to the politicians. If the committee is bad, the blame goes to the committee members and chairman and so on. So I was in a number of committees, and Suresh Gupta knows about my role in the telecom committee. And I also did a lot of work with public sector, where the fees were lower. So the idea was a mission, a management mission for India, improving the management awareness and competence in various parts of industry. Then around 1980, I took courage to add another mission. You may remember that in the 70s in India, there was still an ideological hangover of the relationship with the Soviet Union, central planning, Marxism, welfare, and also some kind of atheism, if not agnosticism, in India. So it was a bit of a risk for me to take on that I will bring ideas from the Indian philosophy into management. Vedanta, Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavad Gita, all these had relevance to human beings and their thinking, problem solving, character, conduct, yoga karma kaushalam, competence in action, samatva, equanimity, balance, the concept of a sthita prajna, ability to face various kinds of crisis and turbulence which industry will face. So since then I have been doing these two. My consulting work fortunately picked up, and there was a point at which I'm not boasting, my rates were the highest. So I didn't have to work too many days a month or too long. And during this period, I used a little bit of my finance knowledge. By 1990-95, put together some savings, invested in the stock market, and made some good returns. So that from 2000, I didn't have to do even consulting. Released myself entirely for this kind of work, the management pracharak and the dharma pracharak work. Today, I think there is a countrywide recognition that national culture, values in management, ethics, these are necessary, and you cannot have a completely professional, theoretical management success. So it has been great, and around 2005, I turned my attention also to the non-profit sector, the civil society. So I dealt with academic institutions, industry, government committees, and then I came into that's where Atul talked about the NGO sampradhan sampradhan means good giving. So the sampradhan did not itself want funds. Sampradhan was appealing for people to give, putting together the donor and the donee, and highlighting in the newsletter and in our publications the causes which deserved giving by both corporate as well as high net worth individuals. So that was one, and there were some others like in the climate change, energy sector, alternate fuels, the cooking gas, individuals who are doing biogas plants, converting the cow dung into gas as well as electricity. So I worked with some of those NGOs, and it was fascinating. Sarthak then came along, my interaction with Sarthak. So I have continued now. And I think the secret of whatever physical and mental health I have now is from the good work that I've been able to do, the opportunities. Being active, alive, involved keeps you healthy. I have had no major regrets, depressions, bitterness. I'm very happy life, and from a state of happiness, we should contribute our best. So that's roughly what I wanted to say, Dr. Gupta. Any particular comments, questions anyone would like to raise?
Thank you very much.
In my birthday, many people are sending prayers that may you live for 100 years. My response to them is that, yes, I'd love to live 100 years. There is enough work to do in India for another 20 years. My only condition is that I should be physically, mentally fit, that I should be free from Alzheimer's and those kinds of problems.
You will be, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you very much, sir. You have narrated your story as usual in a beautiful manner, and I think there is a lot to learn, of course. And I would now take it to an interactive session with the board members as well as our Sarthak team. I would request at least few of the members from the team as well as the board to interact with you, to ask their questions, to ask their, they must be having some kind of queries or some kind of astonishments to share or whatever.
Would it be helpful, Dr. Gupta, if you were to ask people to type in their questions in case they were reluctant to speak up, and on your laptop, and you filter the questions and tell me whichever question that you want me to answer?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. We'll. I think that's a great suggestion. So I would definitely request people to type their questions or type their comments or the things which they want to be included in the discussion. In the meanwhile, may I request our Krishan Kalra ji? So,
may I have, after Mr. Kalra, Dr. Gupta, would you invite Jody and Rupert to make their comments from the US? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Atreya. It's really a matter of pleasure and a privilege for me to present this meeting. I apologize that it took me quite some time to join in. When I first logged in at about 1 minute to 4, it said the meeting is full to capacity. Then
that's right. That's what my wife Geeta faced also. It already, yeah, okay.
So I'm sitting here.
Then Bhavna asked me to join through Facebook, which I was able to do, I think, at about 4:10. But later on, I think she managed to increase the capacity. Anyway, I find it impossible really to speak anything about someone whom one calls a guru. We've always called Dr. Atreya a guru. And speaking in front of the guru, I don't think is really the right thing to do that. So all I'm going to say is wish Dr. Atreya a long life, good health, happiness. And I wish that you continue to guide not only Sarthak, but the large number of other organizations and individuals whom you have been advising. coming back to Sarthak particularly, I think Sarthak owes a lot to you, as Dr. Jitendra Agarwal and others have said in the beginning. And I do hope and pray that you continue to mentor Sarthak towards doing selfless, relentless work in the service of humanity, particularly the people with disabilities, with at the same time the highest standard of ethics and integrity, which I think you have inculcated in the Team Sarthak, and now it has been going. If Sarthak today is a known entity, if Sarthak today is recognized on the national scene, I think not a little credit goes to Dr. Athre's guidance and his advice. And so thank you very much, sir, and wish you a very happy birthday today and many more to come.
Mr. Kalra, one of the things for which you are reputed in Sarthak board is to ask difficult questions. You are passing up the opportunity to do so today.
Sir, you, in all the meetings that I've attended with you, you make it so simple. You make it so easy for us to ask questions and get the answers also. But if I was to ask a difficult question, as you have said that I'm known for that, I would say that can Sarthak alone ever hope to touch the lives of even 10% of the PWDs in the country? Or do we need a different model? Because Dr. Jitendra Agarwal is often voiced that we want to touch the lives of each and every PWD, not only in India, but all over the world.
Yeah.
I have my serious doubts whether, with all the fantastic work that he and his team are doing, whether we can achieve that, because the scale is far too high.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. That's a very important question. And Agarwal and I have discussed it several times, and I've also given my views in some of our own group discussions. That is, Sarthak as a standalone NGO can go nowhere near even 1 million, let alone 100 million. So it has to stop opening more centers. We are now doing one in Varanasi, that's all right. It has to become a meta NGO. It has become a parent of NGOs. So Sarthak has to manualize its intellectual property, the method of doing training and placement, the whole system to be routinized. And like we are doing now with the Indian Association of NGOs, Sarthak has to transfer this expertise to hundreds of NGOs around the country, and they have to take care of their 100,000, 200,000, each of them trainees. And the Global Resource Center, which we are planning in Gurgaon, is for giving this model globally. And already we have inquiries from Africa and so on. So I think it is for us to ramp up. And so Sarthak should be a guide, a mentor, trainer. And Sarthak's own center should still run. There should be a role model for other people on how to run the centers, how to retain the talent, how to motivate the trainees, and how to attract placement, and how to keep. Sarthak has not done well yet on the alumni side, leveraging the alumni as a great resource of the organization, keeping it. Some of them are now in senior positions. We are just bigger. So that was a very good question. Dr. Gupta, there has been a request to you from the audience to speak in Hindi.
Right,
What do you
sir.
suggest?
जी बिल्कुल.
बहुत सुंदर सुझाव दिए डॉक्टर अथरे ने.
तो with apologies to Jody and Rupert, हम हिंदी में भी बात करें.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Next question, go Dr. Gupta.
Yeah, I think now I would request Judy and Robert to please ask their questions or make their comments.
Did you hear that, Jody and Rupert?
Hello.
Yes. Rupert, are you there? Jody?
Yeah.
They were with us till a little while ago.
Yeah. They were, sir. So in the meanwhile, may I request Bhushan Purani ji to say something?
Yes, okay.
First of all, Guru ji ko pranam. आप 80.
They've left.
They've left.
You can say you are 60 years old. and 20 years is definitely you can scale down your age. बहुत खुशी है कि आज आपके 80वें साल के समारंभ में अवसर मिल रहा है. I have a small advantage. I've seen his NGO side or NPO side, and I've also seen his professional side. I just tell you a small story that how he's different in only 1 minute. There was a company which was passing through a crisis where he was invited as an advisor, and I'm the independent director. So it was going to be a very stormy meeting. There was a conflict. We would have been, fireworks, and we are expecting a meeting which will be full of conflict and exchange of views and everything. And to Dr. Atre was to handle that meeting. Moment he came, moment he started, there was a pin drop silence. He says, we are not here to find faults with each other. We are not here to solve a conflict. We are here to develop an harmony. We are here to think of the company, not of ourselves. We are here to find the bondage between us and think that how we can progress as a group. Believe me, I've never seen a person who by making one statement calms down everybody, and everybody started working in a positive manner, started developing the guidelines, role of the executive committee and the advisory committee, and that became a landmark. Guruji, it was very impressive. I'm the witness that how, well composed, how always full of confidence, with a lot of determination and with a lot of knowledge, you are able to handle every situation. Now, as we are limited time, I'll ask you a question. What keeps you glued? Because most of management gurus come, advise and go. They're known for that because they're high profile, there are a lot of things happening. They will come, give an advice and leave it to the people. But I know you have remained glued to Sarthak from day one, and you have become Atma. You have become the soul of the organization. What is so impressive, which keeps you going as a part and parcel of in a long journey of Sarthak? And the way I heard you, you are going to be part of the journey forever. And what is so special about Sarthak, and what is so special which you like, which keeps you glued to the organization like this? Thank you.
The clue is my dream for India first, my vision, which I began in my college days. How to use the independence to transform the country and become one of the major powers of the world, not military, but economic, social, intellectual power, because that is our destiny. China is 1.4 billion, we are 1.3. At that time, we were 900 million. So if you were to pick the top 5 countries of the world, India should figure in that list at any time. But we have to deserve that position. So whoever in India is doing good work, first I concentrated on the industrial sector. Even in the industrial sector, my focus initially was on the manufacturing sector. Then as the service sector grew, I acquainted myself, learned about the management issues of the service sector, and also extended to the service sector. Then my interest was that, all right, this is the corporate profit-making sector which can reinvest and grow and survive by itself. What about the non-profit sector? So wherever in the non-profit sector, I came across an organization which was doing good work. My philosophy was that efficiency is even more important in the NGOs because of the resource constraints. At least the profit-making industry can afford to waste, and they do waste. Even now, there is not full cost control, perfect productivity, and optimization. So all NGOs which are doing good work, whether it is in education, health, rural development, handicrafts, small industry exports, or now Sarthak. Sarthak's work had another dimension for me, that it is good to even develop able-bodied people in the country. And my life previously was entirely concerned with normal people. And here is an organization where the founder himself become disabled, and he wants to dedicate his life to only dealing with disabled people. And this is fantastic. So to me, Sarthak became priority over even profit-making industry. I reduced some of my work in the public sector to more time into Sarthak. As I worked in organized industry, a generation of consultants grew under me. So I was first in 1990 given the status of a guru, and 10-15 years later I have been pushed up to a position called Paramaguru. So lots of other gurus are doing their work. For example, Mr. Sinha, ex-NTPC, Director Personnel, he learned so many things there, and he himself, as in his tribute, acknowledged it like that. There would be 1,000 people in the Indian industry who have either learned strategic planning or HRD from me and are doing it in their companies, and on retirement, they are acting as consultants. So now, so my focus now is government and non-profit sector. And there I think Sarthak is a golden organization. Dr. Agarwal, Suman Agarwal, and how people like Mr. Kalra, who came in 6-7 years ago at my request, have stayed on and find it highly satisfying. So I think it has now become an institution. It is no longer an individual or a family. We have built Sarthak into an all India institution, and there is a lot of work to do. In our lifetime, it will never end. So this mission and a sense of long-term commitment keeps me going. And when you do good karma, energy keeps coming. God gives you the energy, and work itself is replenishing and not tiring to the individual.
सर अभी हमारे पास
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
हमारे पास 2 सवाल हैं जो कि इस पे टाइप किए, चैट पे टाइप किए गए हैं। तो पहला सवाल है कि while प्रोफेशनली और पर्सनली, what are the 2 things you keep in mind, keeping your sentiments aside? Professional or
that is from Bhavna. She had typed that question. Is that right? Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Professional and personal decisions. Personal decisions are always subordinate to professional requirements. So it is a professional decision that is more important. Personal discomfort does not matter. And the professional decision is based on these criteria which I just now mentioned. This is Mahatma Gandhiji's criterion. Will it benefit the poorest of the poor? How many of the poor will it benefit? Or will it only benefit the rich or the middle class? So in relative options, I'll give priority to those which will benefit the neglected classes, where there is for some time I was thinking that climate change is the biggest problem. In the last 5-10 years, inequality has come up as another big problem. Now this COVID is increasing the inequality problem. It is pushing millions into unemployment, and they are taking up the savings to live on. So I think now if we allow this inequality to grow, it will reduce their strength or health. They will be more vulnerable to various kinds of diseases. Because of COVID, we are now ignoring some of the non-communicable diseases like TB, cancer, and so on. So I think go where there is maximum human welfare and benefit that is possible. The other criterion I use is where it will uplift the values, the concept of Sattva Guna, Dharma, where it will make the organization more ethical. That work is important. So personal is secondary, minor.
एक और सवाल है, as you are a management pracharak and dharma pracharak, any management lessons from Bhagavad Gita you want to share with us?
Management lessons from
Bhagavad Gita.
Harvard?
Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita, oh, of course, yes, yeah. Bhagavad Gita is full of management lessons. It is a manual of management from beginning to end. It is first focusing on self-management, how to, as an individual, for example, Arjuna was a great warrior. So he had all the technical skills of a soldier, a general, a warrior, but he lacked the spiritual, mental skills to make the right decision. in face of the Kaurava army. So the Gita first of all says that don't rely only on IQ that gives you ahankar, and that also gives you confusion in your emotional quotient. Improve your spiritual quotient, buddhi. So it says that the manas is a unstable, jumping here and there, and you have to have a jnana, buddhi, which is control the mind. The second thing Gita says is to be very vigilant against, you are your own enemy. You can be your own friend, you can also be your own enemy. And the internal enemies, there are 6 of them have been discussed, but there are 2 which are very important. For example, the most recent development. So many of you may have read that McKinsey paid a penalty of $560 million in the US for their advice to a pharma company which sold opioid drugs, which led to a lot of suicides and deaths among the poor, unemployed whites and blacks. Now, so this karma is one major enemy. The desire for money, wealth, accumulation. So people take shortcuts, which they don't need to. We can see our own in India, the banks which are now under investigation, the original founders who have lost control of the bank. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act is bringing out many cases where a promoter who was doing quite well took shortcuts and is in trouble. The other is that take Bill Gates and Melinda Gates, they are divorcing after 27 years of marriage. Why do you break up a marriage which is going so well, working together so well? There may be some element of calm in this somewhere. Jeff Bezos breaking up his marriage and losing all his wealth. So throughout life, we are liable to be tempted by either anger or lalach. And the Gita says that control these 2. And then it says, do your karma. At no time be inactive. At no time be idle. And what is the karma you should do? Karma for lokasangraha. Whatever karma will benefit the community, whichever community you are in, the group you are in, and the more competent you are, you have to benefit a larger community. So Gita is talking about a life of service. And preparing ourselves to be good instruments of service. Sadhan, nimitta matram bhava. So be a good instrument of action. There is plenty to do in the world. There will always be much to do. Do the right things and make yourself an efficient, competent person who can do those things and help others do those things. So Gita has lessons both positive and negative, what to do, what not to do. And at every stage of life, as a student, as a young executive in career, as a senior, someone who is promoting other people, building an institution, and after retirement, in Vanaprasth, for every stage, the Gita has some good advice, and it's all based on only one concept, that is dharma. And you apply this one test, what is the dharma? And it talks about Swadharma, Shreshta Dharma, the dharma of the elite. The more educated you are, more opportunities you have had in life, the higher your responsibility to be a role model, an example, inspire others. So the Gita is all the time talking about not selfishness, but selflessness. Not to neglect oneself, but not to be greedy, grabbing, self-centered. So I think this has influenced our culture in various ways. One journey that young people should make in life, we all begin in Swarth, and we should move towards Swartha Pararth. We should move further to Pararth Swarth, and at the ultimate stage do only Pararth. No Swarth. What do we need? 2 meals a day and a place to sleep and to be reasonably fit. And the rest of the time and energy should all be in good work.
Thank you very much, sir. I think you have said it all in just a few words. दिस इज द बेसिक एंड द एडवाइस. अगर हम इसको मान के चलेंगे तो मुझे लगता है कि इससे बेटर हम लाइफ जी नहीं पाएंगे. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. सवाल तो सर बहुत सारे हैं, काफी सारे सवाल आ रहे हैं और मुझे मालूम है कि कई सारे और लोग आपसे बात करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन जैसा कि हमने आपसे सीखा है कि पंक्चुअलिटी और टाइम मैनेजमेंट का ध्यान हमेशा रखना है, तो मेरे को घड़ी बता रही है कि अब मुझे ये इंटरैक्टिव सेशन जो है वो वाइंड अप करना चाहिए. So thank you very much, sir, and we again wish you a very, very long, healthy, and happy life. I would like to move to the next point on the agenda, and that is, I think, most important, क्योंकि हमने आपको पहले भी बहुत सुना है, हम आपसे पहले भी बात करते रहे हैं. We always had the opportunity to talk to you and learn from you. लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि आज हम आपके बेटर हाफ डॉक्टर गीता अत्रेय से मिलने का भी हमें मौका मिल रहा है. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम फॉर स्पेयरिंग टाइम एंड शेयरिंग दिस विद अस. तो मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि आप अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस.
Thank you very much for inviting me to be here. I normally don't sit in all the lectures. Can you imagine how many talks and lectures and interactions Dr. Athreya must have had in his life? And if I were to attend each one of them, then I wouldn't be doing anything else. No? So I've been asked to say a few things. I don't really know what to say, so I'll say whatever comes to my mind. When I first, I was a student at the IIM in Calcutta. And those were really early days. No, I don't think many people went even to the IIM, so leave alone women going into the IIM. So I was in a batch I was in the third batch, as we tried to say that in the IIM. In Calcutta, we call it the batch. In IIM Ahmedabad, they say something else. No? So it was the third batch. And one day, I was in the second year, and then there was this rumor going around. We have a new professor, no? And he's from Harvard. So, and all the boys were saying, okay, go check him out. No? Everybody has to go and check him out. So I did go and check him out. I don't know whether any of you know how IIM Calcutta used to look in those days. It was what we used to call the barracks. And there was these tiny cubby holes for the professors to sit in. They were really small rooms, thinking of all the fancy ways that people sit in these days, in kinds of rooms that they sit in. There was this real barrack room, and there were no computers, of course, and just a table and a chair. And I went to see, we all walk by and see what our professors are doing. And I saw this youngish man sitting there and poring over his papers on his desk. That is what I have seen in all of these 50 years, the same way. At his desk, poring over his papers and books. So, I came back and said, yeah, very nice, very young. And because he was actually hardly older than, many of us, no? I'm younger to him by 4.5 years. There were many other boys in the class who were the same age, as he, was at that time. And many people ask me, what kind of, when people ask me, what kind of a person will you marry? I always say, you marry someone who is at least as educated, if not more. You can't marry someone who's not as intelligent and as educated and as brilliant as one own self is. I always considered myself pretty bright. So I had to look for someone who was better than I, in terms of intellect at least. I think, I don't know if any of you have received the book so far. I think when you receive it, you will see it. One of the qualities that I think so many people have said so many things, and you already know Dr. Athreya quite well, he's very optimistic, always. And I'm so hyper, and I'm so negative, and I'm so worried, and I'm just the opposite in many ways. In terms of a personality, so too effervescent. So I think Dr. Athreya is always optimistic because he saw so many difficulties in his childhood. And he always knew that the better things will always come. So the best is to be at it, not to give up and to keep going at it. so that you don't give up hope, and then you don't stop doing things. Just because today looks bleak, tomorrow is not going to be bleak. Is there something like a perfect marriage? I'm not too sure about that. Many people ask me, oh, is he the most perfect husband, the guru and all of that? Of course not. No, they're just like normal, like everybody else. There is the same amount of argument and same amount of discussions and disagreements. And I think, I think, there's a lot of, sort of give and take. And so I think it works out. Now, Dr. Atreya cannot be blamed to interfering in other people's business. At home, we have great role clarity. So I look after the house and he will do his work. So in the modern times, during this work from home phase, a lot of husbands are sort of complaining about washing dishes and washing clothes and mopping floors and things like that. And since Dr. Atreya has always worked from home, just imagine, always worked from home, we never had those kinds of problems. So no, those things are not fun. Can you imagine him washing dishes? No, I can't. No, so I don't think you can either, But he was always available for the children in terms of intellectual discussions. He was not one who was going to sit next to his child and tutor him for his classes or, go into studies. I don't even know how our children studied really, actually. I think they grow up by themselves. We never had any tuitions for them. Can you believe in this, day and age? They just went to school and they just studied. I think maybe in class 12, my daughter had a little bit of maths tuition, but then she got 100%. So obviously we needed that. And my son maybe had a little bit of Hindi tuition, but other than that, there was no tutoring the children, and I think they were good children and they did it. I think one thing that Dr. Atreya does is he walks the talk. He's always Spartan. Never has bought anything, never goes shopping, has never gone into a shop to buy things for himself or, there's no desire. Who buys his watch? Who buys his clothes? The office staff buy all his, luxury. There is I don't even know about it. So now you don't have to go to shops and then waste your time shopping for things and looking at, at the other consumer goods and things like that. No, I mean, and I think in terms of, the climate activist that he is, I think he really, really, walks the talk. We hardly use air conditioners, except when it is completely and totally necessary. And I think at about 27 degrees or something like that, which in fact, the air conditioning people say that's pretty good to maintain temperatures at those levels, because you're not really wasting energy at that time, switching off lights, switching off water, not wasting water, having your bath with minimum amount of water. I mean, I think to be able to do that, to believe in that and really to actually implement it that way, I think what sort of marks, Dr. Atreya. And I hope, God will be kind and give him many more years so that he can really do what he loves, which is to serve the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was a real pleasure to listen to you and your personal experience with Dr. Atreya. And of course, he always walks the talk, and he always appears that he lives a need-based life rather than a desire-based life. So we are really happy that we listened to you, your side of the story. So great! Thank you very much, ma'am, for sparing time today.
Yeah, most welcome.
Now we are.
If I may just add, there are several points I could say about her. One, she has created a beautiful garden in the house, which makes it a very conducive environment for me to work in. We have a front garden of plants, back garden of trees, a terrace garden of cacti. So wherever I go, I see greenery, and my work stress is minimal.
बहुत बढ़िया, sir. That is, I think, that is the biggest contribution we should all make, actually. Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing this. And now we have small time to share the experiences by our alumni
Yes.
of Sarthak.
Okay.
That what has been their experience in the institution that owes so much to Dr. Atre on his 80th birthday today. If we can listen to some alumni. Bhamna, may I take your help on this?
Rag, please coordinate for this.
Yes, sure. First of all, happy birthday, sir. Thank you for your blessings. So, अभी like हमारे साथ सबसे पहले जमुना है. So she got to know about Sarthak from our KBC latest episode. तो जमुना आप अनम्यूट कीजिए और अपना 2 मिनट में अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कीजिए सभी के साथ.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल नमस्कार सर, आपको जन्मदिन की हार्दिक बधाई और विश यू मेनी हैप्पी रिटर्न्स ऑफ द डे. आप हमारे बहुत ही ज्ञान और मेंटोर रहे हमारे सर के. आई जस्ट होप आप हमारे भी और हमारे साथ हमेशा रहे एज अ मेंटोर, एज अ गुरु. और आपके साथ और सार्थक के साथ जुड़ के मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. और मुझे सार्थक से पता केबीसी के माध्यम से पता चला. फ्राइडे को केबीसी स्पेशल आता था करमवीर के दौरान. मुझे उस दौरान जितेंद्र सर के बारे में पता चला. और जितेंद्र सर हम जैसे बच्चों के लिए इतना अच्छा ट्रेनिंग अवेलेबल करवाएं, प्लस जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी जो प्राइवेट सेक्टर जो सोच नहीं सकते थे हम लोग को प्राइवेट सेक्टर भी अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया गया, गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर भी. स्पेशली थैंक यू टू जितेंद्र सर जो आप इतना अच्छा ये कैप साथी लेके आए जॉब सर्चिंग के लिए. और स्पेशली थैंक यू टू आत्रे सर, आपने जितेंद्र सर के ऊपर हमेशा अपना आशीर्वाद बनाए रखा. उनको हमेशा अपना एज अ बेटा हमेशा समझा, एज अ गुरु हमेशा मेंटोर की तरह देखा और उन्हें हमेशा गाइड करते रहा. और आपको बहुत ही धन्यवाद जो आपने सर को इतना अच्छा आइडिया दिया, जो सर ने इतना अच्छा एनजीओ खोला जो हमारे समाज में कहीं ना कहीं हम जैसे लोगों के लिए थोड़ा अलग कर दिया जाता है. बट इस एनजीओ के माध्यम से सर ने हम लोगों को बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म दिया. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamuna. So can we take one more alumni, sir? Or
Yes.
Okay.
नहीं कोई बात नहीं. इसलिए तो हमने गैप रखा, मालूम है कि कुछ ओवरफ्लो चलेगा.
जी सर. So sir, next we have Nagaraju. So he is from Visakhapatnam. Nagaraju, can you please unmute yourself?
Nagaraj in Walter.
Yes. So yes, Nagaraju, stage is all yours. Please brief about yourself.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First, sir, very happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you.
Great to talk. It's a great opportunity to me to talk with you, sir. Myself, my name is Nagaraju Walter, sir. I am from Vizag, sir. Actually, I have met with a severe train accident in 2010, sir, where there I have lost my entire life in that train accident. I have lost my right hand with spinal injury. Almost 5 years I am in lockdown, only in single room. I have unable to walk or I have unable to stand up anything due to spinal cord injury. They have taken one spine from my spinal cord. With the help of rods, they have attached again that spine. But the doctor said that you can't be able to walk or your under parts, legs or anything will be not working. Lifelong you have to stay on bed only. But anyhow, I came back with that, like you only, sir, how you came back with that smallpox. I also came back with once and again I have came back with my disability. I started walking with stick. After 5 years, I continued again. I have continued my education in distance education. I have completed my degree. After that, I have completed my degree, but I don't know what to do or what else to do. Anywhere I am going for job purpose, they are saying you are handicapped, you are not having hand, you can't be able to do anything. Even though I am having knowledge also, I am not having any particular route to establish it. In that time only, I have met with this Sarthak Trust in one educational camp near Gajwaka in Visakhapatnam, one place. There they offered me, they said that we will train you and we will offer you job. Like as they said only, they trained me and they offered me job in Millennium Software Solutions. It's a DDUGKY Skill Development Institute, sir. Now there I'm working as a mobilizer. Being handicapped, I'm mobilizing the normal students to join and I'm giving them jobs, sir. Now I'm happy with that job also. This is because of everything. The route is you only, sir. Thank you for thinking like that. Even our handicaps also can do anything, and we are giving us this opportunity. Like us people really need support.
Nagaraju, that's a great story. You speak English very well. Do you also
Yes,
speak
sir.
some Hindi?
Yes, sir. I can speak Hindi also.
Good, very good, very good. So what Sarthak has done, you must be familiar with the name Swavalamban.
What's sir? Come again, sir.
Swavalamban.
Swavalamban. Yes, sir.
Self-empowerment. That is one of the goals of the empowerment of.
Yes, sir. How they train me means, being I am handicapped, but now I am training the normal people and I am giving jobs to them.
That's fantastic.
Really.
Right.
That's a great
So with
job.
all your disability, to be a mobilizer, to be a trainer, it's fantastic.
Yes,
so you have turned the circle completely upside down. Normal
Yes, sir,
people
I have.
do the training. Yeah.
I will give them my story, my own story as a motivation, sir. Being I handicapped, I only became like this. Why you can't do anything like that? I will give my story as a motivation to them.
Very good.
That's because of not Sarthak or anything, sir. That is because of you only. Only I came to know that.
Next,
Anurag. Yes, thank you, Nagaraju. Sir, so next we have Jyoti. So we all are familiar with Jyoti. तो ज्योति आप अनम्यूट कीजिए और कम शब्दों में काफी सारी बातें आप कर दीजिए अनम्यूट करके. जी.
नमस्कार सभी. सर मैं ज्योति लखनऊ की बेटी हूँ. यहीं पे पैदा हुई, यहीं पे हूँ. कुछ हमारा लाइफ बहुत डिफिकल्ट चल रहा था. सार्थक में जाके समझ में आया कि हाँ, हम बाहर की दुनिया में भी एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं, रह सकते हैं और आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. काफी टाइम भटकने के बाद फिर सार्थक से हम मिले थे. तो सार्थक ने ही हमें बाहर की दुनिया में कैसे पहचान करनी है, कैसे काम करना है और कैसे हम रह सकते हैं, उस तरीके से सार्थक के नाम की तरह उन्होंने हमारे लाइफ को भी बिल्कुल सार्थक कर दिया. सार्थक के थ्रू ही प्रेजेंट टाइम हम इस समय 108 के कॉल सेंटर में जॉब कर रहे हैं. सर
ये आप लोगों को ये 3 कहानी सुनकर मुझे एक इंसाइट अभी आ रहा है. सार्थक से जुड़ने से पहले मैं मनुष्य का काम कर रहा था. सार्थक के साथ हम भगवान का काम कर रहे हैं.
जी बिल्कुल.
बहुत फर्क है. जो एबल बॉडीड है,
कहते हैं कि भगवान इविजिबल है, दिखता नहीं है, लेकिन आप जैसे साथियों के रूप में वो दिखता है. हम लोग के साथ आशीर्वाद की तरह हम लोग को आगे बढ़ाता. तो स्वरूप भगवान के ही आप हैं.
सही बात है. नहीं, आपने ये बात सुना, ये गंभीर बात है कि सार्थक, जितेंद्र जी और इनका संगठन जो अभी बड़ा हो रहा है, ये भगवान का काम करते हैं.
जी बिल्कुल.
जो विकलांग लोगों को लेकर उनको ये आत्मविश्वास दिलाकर, उनको ये क्षमता बनाकर, उनको ये इंडिपेंडेंट सेल्फ रिलायंट जो बन रहे हैं. और एक दिन आएगा आप लोग एनजीओ इस तरह का रन करेंगे जैसे नागराजू कर रहे हैं. अपना डिसेबिलिटी के बावजूद वो ट्रेनर बन गए हैं. अनुराग भी वैसे ही हैं. तो ये दुनिया के इसको हम दुनिया जो उल्टा था हम उसको सीधा कर रहे हैं.
जी सर बिल्कुल.
Last Anurag, last.
Yes, sir. So last we have Dipanshu. Dipanshu, unmute कर लीजिए आप.
ये तो लास्ट होना है. मेरे 6 बजे एक और जूम सेशन है, ISTD के साथ है.
Yes sir, this is last.
6 to 7:30 है.
Dipanshu, unmute कीजिए आप.
हाँ, बोलो. हाँ,
अच्छा, क्रांति आप हैं, आप अनम्यूट कर लीजिए.
हेलो यस सर सर
अच्छा यस दीपांशु, हाँ 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 दीपांशु बताइए।
हेलो गुड इवनिंग सर। सर हैप्पी बर्थडे सर, मैनी रिटर्न्स ऑफ द डे सर। I am my name is Dipansh Tyagi and I am from Uttar Pradesh, Ghaziabad. Today I will thankful to Sarthak because in I know what is NGO. मैंने कभी मेरे को मतलब इसका मीनिंग भी नहीं पता था NGO क्या होता है। जैसे मैंने अभी 12th करी थी पिछले साल।
हिंदी में ही बात कीजिए, हिंदी में
जी।
यस सर। सर जैसे मैंने अभी पिछले साल 12th पास करी थी तो एक बार तो सार्थक से मुझे फोन आया कि मैंने एक बार अप्लाई करा था सार्थक की साइट पे जाके कि जॉब के लिए। तो ये सार्थक से फोन आया कि हम आपको जॉब प्रोवाइड करवाएंगे अगर आप मतलब वो सार्थक उन्होंने बताया कि अगर आप 10th भी पास है ना तो हम आपको जब भी जॉब प्रोवाइड करवाते हैं। तो मेरे को सार्थक से ट्रेनिंग मिली 3 मंथ की पहले। फिर मेरे पास जॉब के लिए फिर वो अप्लाई के लिए आया, उन्होंने बताया ऐसे अप्लाई करते हैं जॉब के लिए। तो सर ट्रेनिंग से एक तो ये फायदा हुआ कि हम अगर कहीं भी किसी भी वर्किंग एरिया में जाते हैं तो हमें काम कैसे करना है, किसी से कैसे इंट्रोड्यूस करना है और किससे कैसे बात करनी है, कैसे कम्युनिकेट करते हैं। तो when and in 8 months after 8 months I will
भाई आप ये अजीब आदमी है, मैं पहले देख रहा हूँ गाजियाबाद से आदमी हिंदी बोलने में कठिन है, अंग्रेजी में
हिंदी में बोलो क्रांति।
घबराइए मत आप हिंदी में बोलिए, हिंदी भी हमारी भाषा है, हिंदी में बोलिए आप।
यस सर। तो आफ्टर 8 मंथ सार्थक से मुझे एक जॉब प्रोवाइड हुई इन इंडिया मार्ट एज ए फ्रीलांसर। तो ये जो जॉब है तो ये मेरे को बहुत थैंकफुल मैं करता हूँ अनुराग सर को और हमारे जो भी टीम है पूरी, सार्थक, प्रमोद सर और आकाश सर। तो मतलब बहुत हेल्प करी है इन्होंने मेरी और हम हमेशा मेरे से कांटेक्ट में रहे, कभी भी ऐसे नहीं है कि बात नहीं करी, फोन नहीं उठाया।
आपके कहानी से एक और पॉइंट निकल रहा है। सार्थक का सिद्धांत है एक बार आप सार्थक स्क्रीन में आ गए, सार्थक आपको नहीं छोड़ेगा, आपको पीछे पड़ेगा।
यस सर।
बाकी संगठन ऐसे हैं कि लोग संगठन के पीछे पड़ते हैं, फॉलो अप करते हैं, पूछते हैं नौकरी मिलेगा क्या नहीं, लेकिन सार्थक के लिस्ट में आप आ गए तो सार्थक आपको फोन करेगा, पूछेगा, अपॉर्चुनिटी देगा। ये अच्छा है ना।
सार्थक से हमें सब फोन आए कि आपको जो मिल गई है और आपका कैसा काम चल रहा है। तो सर सार्थक ने बिल्कुल ऐसे रखा हमें कम्युनिकेट करके कि हाँ हम आपको जॉब दिलवा के रहेंगे, कैसे लगे।
आप सब लोग अलुमनाई लोग जो बात कर रहे हैं और सुन रहे हैं इसमें और फेसबुक में, आपसे मेरा एक प्रार्थना है कि आपको जब जॉब मिल गया, करियर बन रहा है, कुछ साल बाद में आप सार्थक को मदद करना है।
यस सर।
सार्थक को अपना ऋण झुकाना है, उनको प्लेसमेंट में मदद करना है, उनको कुछ कंट्रीब्यूशन देना है, ठीक है ना। सार्थक को भूल मत जाना कि
नो सर, सार्थक हम तो हमेशा हेल्प करेंगे सार्थक की, हमेशा उनके साथ ही रहेंगे सर।
बहुत बहुत अच्छा।
थैंक यू दीपांशु।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू। थैंक यू डॉक्टर गुप्ता जी।
Thank you very much. I would really like to thank you and गीता मैडम कि आप लोगों ने समय स्पेयर किया और आप लोगों ने हमें अपना आशीर्वाद आज दिया। तो हमारी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं आपके लिए और मैडम के लिए भी। और आई वुड ऑल्सो लाइक टू थैंक हमारे जो जितने भी बोर्ड मेंबर्स हैं आज प्रेजेंट, कालरा जी और संदीप जी और एवरीबॉडी एल्स, जितने भी लोग हैं सभी ने समय स्पेयर किया। मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ डॉक्टर अग्रवाल का भी और पूरी सार्थक टीम का, निष्ठा एंड तरुण एंड लक्ष्य एंड भावना एंड एवरीबॉडी एल्स। So thank you very much. We are really very happy that we were able to participate in today's program and we were able to seek your blessings and madam's blessings. So thank you very much, sir. भगवान करे आपका यह आशीर्वाद हमेशा बना रहे।
थैंक यू वेरी मच। इट्स अ ग्रेट प्लेजर। सार्थक मेरा परिवार है, सार्थक के साथ मैं जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, इतना प्रेम कहाँ मिलेगा। थैंक यू ऑल वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सर।